So, I've been putting up a lot of Black Forest recently, mostly because of the fact we're going to see a lot of 2v2 Arabia soon because of the tournament on at the moment, and seems that's going to be pretty much, I think round 2's going now, so that means we're going to be seeing some good games happen soon, and because of that there's going to be naturally a lot of them going up, so I thought I'd satisfy all you guys with a little bit of Black Forest now, so when that happens you're not all too much of this, so it should be good. So let's have a look at what we've got. This is a 3v3 on Black Forest, of course. I think everybody in here is rated at least like 2k. So let's have a look at the teams. Playing in the pink as the Chinese, we have Okami. Also, I think that's an alias of Fate. Not completely sure on that one, but I think it is. And I think pretty much every Black Forest has come up has been in so far. So definitely a very decent Black Forest player. And it looks like over here we're seeing some villager troubles already. Of course, going to be trying to get the best wall off possible. Blue doing well there, nearly getting in. It looks like that villager will get killed off. Ooh, gonna lose the scout though, so this one here might be able to take it actually. Ooh, it's close. This is what I love Black Forest. If there's a massive wall fight like this, you know you're in a good game. Because of course, you want to get that best walling position. For Fate, in this case, it'd be like right here in front of the stone, so we could whack like a tower up here or whatever. You could cover the golden stone and just screw his opponent right over. And I'll go around, we'll have a look at the rest of the people playing as soon as this is dealt with. It looks like right now we're not going to see too much, just going to repair this one here. That village will get killed off eventually. So let's keep going. So on Fate's team we have DNZ Dalek by the looks of things, playing as the Teutons in the yellow. And the last one for Team 1 is Adex Delity, who is playing as the Japanese in the teal. The other team being FedEx playing in the green as the Saracens. Over in the red we have Gary playing as the Mongols. And in the blue, we have Eddie, who is playing as the Byzantines in blue. So, all in all, we've actually got some pretty good civs here. How's it going over here? It looks like they're still just trying to bust through. Oh, it's still pretty close over here on the walls. But still, let's have a look at the civs and their options. Chinese, Mass Chukunu, still the way to go. Over here, Teutons, we could see... There's a few things we could see, but of course, the main one going to be probably Paladin, Siege Onager, if he can get Siege Onagers available. And of course, Bombard Towers for holding position, if he can. Who are you? A Japanese, Mass Infantry, probably Samurai Halberdier is probably going to be the way to go for you. Could even see some Onagers perhaps if you really need them. Of course, playing against a Saracen player. Saracens naturally, Mass Mamelukes generally the way they'll go. Siege Onager as well, option for them. Very strong combination because Mamelukes can be extremely hard to counter, especially when you've got a Mongol player who can be creating Mangudai to back them up. If you've got... How are we doing over here? Still a lot? Oh, sending a lot of villagers actually over here to try and break through. But Saracens, if you've got Marmaluke and Mangudai, that's really hard to try and counter. And it looks like that builder is going to be killed off. He might break through here though. And it looks like, ooh, coming through. Byzantines naturally as well, they have so many options. You can do whatever the hell you feel like, but generally, mostly elite Cataphracts seems to be the way to go with them, because Cataphracts can be really hard to deal with, depending on your civ. So it's an interesting one there, of course. And over here, how are we doing for sound? Might put it up a little bit. Anyway, Okami doing a great job here at actually keeping all these villagers busy. This is really going to be just absolutely destroying Eddie's ability to play right now. He's going to have trouble getting that fast castle. So it's going to be an interesting one from him, especially it seems this isn't getting broke down to 34, 29, 26, 20, and up to 32 again. Down to 31, no, and... just repairing it in time then. Look at all these villages here. He is keeping busy. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 villages. 8 villages of Eddie there are just getting kept here. And look, even moving the world forward. He's playing this brilliantly. It's great. Over on this side though, the wall off has been done by FedEx, and we can see there we've just got Stellity coming across, finishing that one up. And it looks like the house is going to get repaired. Another villager coming in there to repair it. And of course, this is worth it in a way for Fate, because, well, he's repairing only here with like 5 villages. He's got 4 villages up here repairing, 1 there, and there's like 8 for Eddie trying to do that, so definitely he's winning this one. Sending another 2 up as well. This is getting serious right now. This is crazy. Nice chat. Sending another 2. This is ridiculous for a wall-off fight. This is absolutely crazy. I can imagine though, Okami, he's gonna destroy Eddie after this. The amount of villages that are here. The wall-off isn't up for Eddie at all, so if he wanted to, he could just run in with like some scouts or some knights or whatever, and just delete this house off and just go nuts on his villagers. There's a lot of options there for Okami now. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna fast castle or Just looking around. Market. Yeah, Market Blacksmith. He's going to fast castle it up. And, oh, look at this. Villagers have decided to go back and wall off. Trap 2 on the other side there, so you're going to have to delete it and wall off again. Still, though, this is exactly what he wants. Oh, and Okami actually putting the tower up there. That'll be why he retreated. Very smart play, of course, because it will force your opponent to stop on this house. And Okami's been taking stone. Looks like we're going to see some more towers out of him to try and get another area. How are we looking over here? Yellow is getting the wall off. Ooh, that's interesting. Yellow has just walled off there. Looks like Gary's coming in to wall off now. FedEx actually moving out with some archers right now, so that could be an interesting play from him if he can get in. Another tower actually coming up on the wall here, which is an interesting play. Gonna really damage the ability to get stone from here. Might even be able to just hit that gold mine. Gonna lose a villager. If he loses one, it's a big deal. Oh, we got one. And it looks like FedEx is going to have to be pushed back here. It looks like he was building some archers to come over here and try and help out. But that's really not going to help right now. Castle Age for Okami in a few minutes. Rest of the map, not seeing exactly a lot going on. It looks like Delgi has deleted his house over here for some reason. Looks like he's going to try and beat this back a bit maybe. And there we go. Stone wall off happening over here. Fair enough. Stone on this side as well for Stellity. So it could be interesting. The good thing is, though, the good thing about this is that we've got 2 people, I think it is, over here who have access to Siege Onigers. And who you're playing as? Byzantines. I don't think they get Siege Oninger. I think they get everything like except Siege Onigers. And we've got one person on this side, I believe, Teutons, who get Siege Onigers. So either team can cut if they really want to. Gonna be an interesting one. Now to decide if we see Castle aggression, or are we gonna wait to see late Imp aggression or Imp aggression or whatever. If we just look at the economies, we can see 3 town centers going up for Fayette. How are we looking for Eddie? Eddie's still not in Castle. That's going to really hurt. 3 town centers, of course, plus for Gary right now, going on 4. Looks like FedEx still not up, so that's a bit annoying there. How are we doing for our Japanese player? Looks like a second one. Could see a third. Yep, 3 up there. And Teutons, of course, can have 3 quite easily. 4 because, well, they don't have to spend as much wood on farms, meaning they have that extra wood left over so they can get more town centers up easy, which is really nice to play. Teutons can be a great Black Forest civ if you can play them well. They just need so much gold. Of course, the fact they miss Bracer really hurts their skirmishes. Tower coming up here as well, so he's towered this gold. This is actually going to be hell for Eddie to play. He's gone back to this gold over here because that's all he can do. I wonder if he hasn't even gone castle yet. Oh, there we go, right as I say it. So, Fayette's actually going to be in a massive, massive position here to take out his opponent. Because if he can get to Imp without Eddie being close to it, it's over. Because like we know, an Imp army just absolutely destroys a Castle Age army. Not a lot they can do to defend from it at all. Siege Workshop coming up on the frontier by Okami after noticing this one coming up. Of course, Mangonels will be the way to go here. Could see a ram out of Eddie, actually. But if Fayette decides to put up an Oniger in here or just a Mangonel, going to be able to deal with it really quickly. However, as well saying that, if Eddie does want to bring a ram in, he will have to pretty much kill off his own buildings to get in there, which is kind of an interesting one to play. Yes, Delgic there, going Pala. Sounds like a good idea for him. Oh, Siege Oniger. And of course, the option is, can you do both? But generally, it's really hard to get both because it's extremely hard on gold. Like I was saying, if you can get it going, it's good, but you need to have a massive trade there ready to back it up. Castle coming up for Eddie, of course, going to be able to defend this area a lot better than he can right now. But of course, once Okami goes up to the next age, it's going to be pretty much over because trebuchets will take out the castles really quickly. Going up to a 4th town center now. How's Eddie? Is he on 3 or is he just... He's gone for another town center yet? Nope, Eddie's still in the 1 town center right now. That's actually going to hurt him later in game. Looks like still the 4 town centers for our Mongolian player over here. Everything's still walled off nicely. FedEx did get a few archers in there, but nothing big. I hear arrows. Where do I hear arrows from? Just 1 archer over here. Fair enough. Looks like the Mangonel is actually out for Stellity right now, so he might be expecting some kind of push. Could even be going up himself right now, saying that it looks like he's got a pretty damn good economy right now. Saying that, a Teutonic player looks like he's just taken over most of the map right now. Same with Gary. I think Gary and Delgic might be the first ones we see up. Let's actually have a look if I can find them. Delgic going up already. FedEx not going up. Gary just about to hit Imp, actually. That's going to be dangerous. Okami, no. Stellity going up. And Eddie's nearly up, actually. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Only on 41 population, though. I was actually expecting him to be really late going up, especially as Byzantines, of course, they do really get it a lot free, so Fair enough, it is a cheaper upgrade. I did look over that, but will be interesting to see from here. Looks like Gary going to go forward with siege workshops and a castle. Looks like he's going to be pushing in through here. Naturally, because of that, Delegate is going to need to come down over here and help support out Stellity. Well, this little war wages over here for a while. I'm really interested to see if this pays off for Eddie though, because of course Eddie going Imp. I don't think that Stellity hitting the Imperial Age now, because Okami isn't, well, he'll be able to go up in a second actually, but that's still like another 3 or 4 minutes that Eddie's got on him now. So it's going to be interesting to see if this option works for him, because he could have tried to boom, or if is he going to try and boom now, or is he just going for one town center? He's just playing one town center. This is really interesting. Black Forest one town center push. This is something you never, ever see unless it's like 1v1 and you've got like a forward in there, like a back base inside theirs. It's, oh, Eddie's, I reckon he's going to get done here. Just Fayette's economy, if we look at it, is just he's gonna be able to steamroll him just by just spamming units right now. It looks like we are seeing Delegate come over here, so he's going to help try and defend Fayette right now, and up to Cavalier there, so Paladins are going to be the way for him. Looks like Gary is moving forward with Mangadai right now. Oniga's of course good against mass archers, but Mangadai of course get a bonus versus them, so dead. Fair enough, and Cap Rams moving in. Mongols of course having debatably some of the best siege in the game. Of course the extra speed you can get on that siege is really, really important. How are we doing over here still? Trebuchets are out for Eddie right now, and he's trying to cut through this bit of wall here. And yes, lots and lots of barracks coming up for Fayette right now, so he's going to be able to do a lot of damage here if he chooses to. Mangadai are in though, so this could be kind of annoying for Delegate and Stellity if they can't hold it out. Of course, there's Cavalier already having the +4 armor on them, so going to be really effective, but I don't know how many he's got out right now. Saying that, there are actually a lot going down, and trade has already been started, which is really nice. And there we go, that's Imp for Fayette by the looks of things. Yes, castle up, of course, going to be creating Chukanoos, get some of those trebuchets out, really important to have on Black Forest, because of course they allow you to force engagements in areas. And these Rams at the moment absolutely destroying this little bit of here forward of Stellity. He may lose both his castles here if these Cavalier can't get in and do enough damage. They should be able to take it out though, saying this. There's not that many Mangadai there, and there's actually a siege Oniga there, or just an Oniga there. And that splash is just really going to help. But he might be able to force him back. That castle will stay up, which is really good. Over on this side, oh, we can see that Eddie is actually about to push forward. He's going for monks. Whether or not that's a good or bad idea at the moment is really interesting to say, because of course there are heaps of light cavalry out, and the monks of course can get one hit by trebuchet if he decides to try and use them as like a siege spot unit. But going to be an interesting one. Paladin finally for a Delgic right now, so he's going to be able to do a good amount of damage with them, because as we know, Paladin's 3+4 armor and 180 HP up against a unit that has 12 attack. Going to be able to take a shitload of hits before they go down. Monks, though, I don't know if this is a good hit or just a really good idea or not, because of course they do have 12 range right now, which is really effective, but against too much light cavalry, especially when you've got enough barracks there to, well, actually he's gone mostly stable. It's going to be an interesting push here from Eddie, to say the least. If he micros badly, if his economy can't stand up, it's over. Is he still only on one town center? He's still only on one town center, which is something I really disagree with right now. He pretty much needs to knock Okami out now, or he's done. And here come the monks, trying to get some converts here. Chukanu, of course, can be able to take them out really quickly, 45 HP on them, and we know how well Chukanus do against, well, pretty much everything in the game. Seems like the mass action's happening down on this side, though. Excuse me there. Marmaluke, of course, against Paladin, gonna really force a retreat there, because against Marmalukes, there's not a lot you can actually do with Paladins, especially once they get up to that 130 HP and they get all that extra attack. They are so dangerous to attack, and this is a combination I was talking about before. You can't really engage this with anything. It's such just a hard composition to engage, which is of course the reason it's unique units, because they're unique to each civ and you can't do it in 1v1. But being able to push up against that is ridiculous. Oh, no, and it looks like Eddie did actually lose all of his... I could actually slow it down to this speed right now, honestly. Looks like Eddie did lose all of his monks over here, so that's really going to hurt him. Actually, I'll just put it on normal. We'll come back. I think we know what's going to happen to Eddie over there. And, of course, Pikeman, of course, may be good against Marmalukes if he can get in close enough, but, of course, getting cut down extremely quickly by the Mangadai. And, of course, Paladin's coming in to try and hit the Mangadai, but they can't because the Marmalukes are there. And, of course, Oniga's getting killed off ASAP as soon as they come out because they're Mangadai. Over here, it looks like, yes, going to lose all these trebuchets to light cavalry by the looks of things. Of course, Chinese not having the best light cavalry in the game, but it's better than none. especially against monks. It's good. Ooh, and now Onagers actually have positioning here. They might be able to do some damage, actually, finally. And it looks like the Mameluke count is starting to go down a bit. Of course, having to produce them from castles. He does have, what, 3 up? 3 castles, so he can produce 3 at a time, which isn't bad. But if the Paladins manage to take out the mass of elite Mangudai right here, it's going to be kind of hard for him to deal with. Back on this side, losing all those trebuchets. Looks like these monks are going to get killed off as well. Eddie probably lost at least like a K, maybe K and a half of gold in that engagement. That's what he lost. 3 trebuchets down here, and he lost like 10 monks up here. So he could have lost like 2k gold in that kind of a push, which is really bad. Mamelukes are starting to, of course, do even more damage. Hasn't got that plus 30 HP on them yet, which is kind of interesting. But of course, it is a unique attack, which means it's fairly expensive. Got all the armor, though. Got the plus 1 attack, so that's going to be helping. But right now, Halberdiers are going to be able to start pushing in. Onagers, of course, going to be really helping out right now. Is he going to... Is that Onager going to get a hit? It did, and it has done a lot of damage to those Mamelukes. Mamelukes are really such a good unit because, well, they have 3 range, melee attack, and the fact that they get like 130 HP and they just absolutely destroy cavalry. It can be something really hard to play against, but right now, I think Eddie's actually GG'd right now. There's not really a lot he can do. His allies have had to come up here to try and help him out, but these kind of units aren't going to be able to stand up to Fayette once he starts pushing in with all his units. If we look at this just amount of units he's creating right now, you can tell his economy is so much superior. And I don't even know what Eddie was trying to do in this game, honestly. He was screwed over quite a lot by the start, so just Fayette's play there was absolutely amazing, just forcing that many villagers out and needing to wall. What are we seeing down here? Stellity actually having a great score right now, but Gary just destroying, of course. As a Mongol player, it's really easy to get a high score like that, because your siege is amazing, your economy is just as good. Well, their economy isn't the best in the game, but it's still pretty damn decent. So it can be kind of hard to counter a Mongol player. But it looks like right now they have driven them back. This actually might be it. After this, I think it's going to be the last stand for FedEx and Gary right now. And Eddie, I think, has already had his last stand. He's just trying to survive right now. What are we seeing from him? Let's actually have a look at what he's got. He's got a villager garrison and a castle. The rest of his villagers are doing nothing. Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do. It's kind of at that point where he's dead and, you know... Not really a lot he can do. He's got a castle, though. Castles are nice. And 2 monasteries, and he's got 3 monasteries, which he can't be using because he has next to no gold. Next to no resource available. Creating a few villages, because why not? And, well, that's about all there really is he can do. This push here is going to be really hard to stop, especially in this choke point here. Because, of course, they've got those Onagers, which get amazing splash damage. Mamelukes and Mangudai do bunch up when they attack. They don't spread like Halberdiers. When you order them to attack something, they'll move and surround it. They kind of just sit in a clump like Mamelukes and Mangudai. So this could really be the last push from them right now. And if they don't get... Ooh, that hurt. That hurt a lot. There's so many Onagers here right now. 8+1 range compared to the Mangudai's 7, so they are outranging right now. So it is going to make life really, really hard. It looks like they are pushing in Fayette right now. He is taking a bit of damage here, but of course he's got the production facilities over here to be able to defend it. Shouldn't be too bad, he should be able to keep it. Well, it's over on this side, these paladins are just going to run amok all the way through the space right now. Castle will go down soon. Looks like the Mamelukes will be in here to deal with the paladins, but still, Onagers are there to take him out. It's really not looking good at all for Eddie, FedEx, and Gary right now. Eddie definitely just... Since the start of the game, once Eddie hit that fast Imperial, it was either he was going to win it really quickly against Fayette, which he didn't, or he was going to pretty much lose the game there on that kind of a move. Really kind of a hard thing to do. And in they are right now. Looks like he's going to lose all his paladins here, actually. There's too many Mamelukes just to go up against. Going to need to get those Onagers in and really clear them out, because of course they're clumped at the moment, and up against something clumped. Ooh, Eddie's getting some resources. How nice. He's got 2,000, well, 1,000 wooden food there, which means of course he can move into that Byzantine trash, which is really nice, but he has no upgrades and no buildings to build it from. Yeah, gonna hurt. Anyway, he could put some more town centers up. He could try and get back in there. He's got all of his 32 population at 44 minutes. Paladins, of course, still pushing in. It looks like, though, these Onagers are starting to get taken out. Of course, the castle going to be ranging on them quite soon. Ooh, it's definitely keeping it close over on this side, but they're into FedEx's economy right now, which is really going to slow him down, because he is losing access to all these farms here, this area here. He's lost a lot, and there's those bombard towers I was talking about, helping cement the position. Over on this side, how are we doing? It looks like, yep, Fate is going to start pushing in, and it's going to be pretty much over on this side. Well, it actually has been over on that side for ages. If his allies didn't come and help him out, Eddie would have been taken out really quickly. Oniga's still moving in right now. Paladin's still here on the front line, and of course against Mamelukes, it is hard to play against with Paladins. But hopefully the Onigas will be able to do enough. But right now, it looks like the Onigas are getting taken down. And they're putting on a really good fight here, actually. But it's still 2v3 in the long run, really. Honestly. Kami doing a good job over here, keeping his opponent in. Slowly taking down this castle. Have we seen more town centers from Eddie yet? Nope. I actually have no idea what he's doing. Anyway. I guess on this side, there's probably something secret that he's doing on the map that I can't like see or anything. Like I'm just not noticing it. That's blatantly obvious or something. But I don't know. Actually, no. He's got a monk over here. He's helping out. Definitely helping out in this position right now. These bombard towers are actually going to be so annoying to go up against right now. Ooh, could lose these Onigas. It's going to hurt. Of course, Onigas are such an expensive unit. At least he hasn't gone up to Siege Oniga. I don't think we've seen Siege Oniga from anyone yet, actually. Looks like these Mamelukes will be able to take down the majority of this. Bombard towers, of course, doing really well, especially if you get heated shot, because I believe camels do actually count as ships in this game. That's what they actually rank under. They're not like, I don't think they rank in as like camel. I think they rank in as ship. So heated shot makes it do a lot of extra damage. I definitely heard that somewhere when someone was, it might have been from something, but yeah, bombard towers do a lot more damage. Really interesting one there, so I'm interested to know if that's true. Actually, if anyone in the comments knows if that's true, if camels actually rank in as ships or not, that'd be nice to know just for future reference. Because I think they do, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, actually walling in these elite Mangadai here, and it looks like Eddie's just wall spamming for a bit here. Not going to be able to do anything. I actually haven't seen a military unit from him since all his units got killed up here, so that's an interesting one. Looks like more paladins are coming down now. Really, this is the final stand, essentially. Let's actually switch back to Okami, see if there's any chat going on. Of course, we can see it from his eyes. Looks like that bombard tower. Look, ooh, Saracens are moving in right now with some rams, but of course, that Oniga just destruction there is going to really hurt for a bit. Running in with paladins at the moment, I don't think this might be the best idea, of course. So they will get killed off quite quickly. However, Oniga's, of course, going to be able to do quite a bit of damage. Mangadai moving forward as well. Tower's still up, but only on 300 HP. Ooh, those Mangadai are going to get hurt by that. Back to this side. Slowly moving through. Got siege rams out now, so he's going to be able to beat through this wall pretty quickly, because of course siege rams do splash damage, which is absolutely amazing versus wall spammers. And it looks like over here, siege rams for FedEx, but getting taken out. Does have a lot of Mamelukes out at the moment, actually, which is kind of nice, but still going to be kind of a hard one to do with. Oh, we're losing a lot of units over there to actually friendly fire from these guys. How are we doing over here? It looks like that castle's really all that Eddie's got going on for him right now. If that castle wasn't there, this game would be over. Looks like he's going to lose that trebuchet too. He really needed that, honestly. Actually, he really needs everything that he's got right now. Oh, how are the Onigas doing? They are doing quite a bit of damage right now, but they're actually doing quite a bit, and this might actually be it. I think they've broken it now. They have broken the line between FedEx and Gary. What's Gary doing? Oh, Gary's probably up here trying to defend Eddie. No. Can't see anything special coming from him. Of course, at this point, economies are getting really hard to do, because of course everyone is pretty much out of gold. Actually, Okami has so much resources there, whereas everybody else has next to nothing, which is interesting. I guess Okami has been going like Cav for pretty much the entire game so far, so he should have like 3k gold there, which is interesting. But still, that gold actually in late game, if this push over here fails, he's still going to be able to like supply his entire team to keep fighting at this stage. It's in like 1,000 gold off to everyone. And that's what a team player would do. But saying that, I don't think Eddie's going to survive this right now. Like, I don't even know what he's going to do. Over on this side's been a great fight though. It looks like the Mangadai are going to be able to try and hold. Of course, Helbid is going to be moving in to try and push them, because of course Helbid is still get the bonus damage versus Mangadai, which is nice. They just have to close in enough. Paladins at the moment still getting taken out by the Mamelukes, which are now fully upgraded, which is nice. Same with the Paladins. They probably have been for a while, actually. Oniga's, of course, still doing the best damage here, which is really important. They're going to actually be able to kill the trade soon, which is kind of interesting. They've just taken so much of this area here, and it looks like, yes, of course, a Teutonic player coming with siege workshops and bombard towers. Really going to be interesting. What do you flare up here for? Maybe they're going to try and push through there. Alright, and this will be their last push, so watch out for Okami right now. And it looks like this is going to be it. I don't think they're going to be able to run through here. Then definitely not going to be able to right now. Just Gary is not in the position right now. And there we go, Stealthy trying to get his ally to fortify the walls up, which is always a good option. So when you're in this point, if your opponent cuts in or just runs into your economy, it can actually put the game back into balance. So you have to be really careful in these kinds of maps, especially when you've got cutscenes, which they generally always are. Of course, Teutons, Saracens, and Mongols always being them. Sending more stone over to Danzig right now. Why did I say Danzig? I don't know. Dalvik. I think that'll be it. Close enough anyway. Trebuchets are getting taken out, but of course right now, Siege Onager from the Teutonic player. This is it. That's going to be the difference. And of course, going to be able to do a hell of a lot of damage with them. Siege Onager is so strong. Amazingly strong units. They have 75 base damage with Splash, so you can imagine how that's going to do against Marmaluks and Elite Mangudai. It's pretty much wrecked it right here. I think this might be GG. They're about to lose it. Oh, no, right as I say it. FedEx, GG, GG, GG. FedEx resigning out. They've lost their trade area. All this area here has been pushed into. Gary resigning off, just waiting on Eddie. And Eddie doing a great wall spam there, but still he's had nothing like this entire game. I'm really interested to see how he played it and why he played it like that. He kind of tried to play arena style, but I don't know. Interesting play. Who knows? Who knows what was happening there? Anyway, pushing through. We're just waiting on Eddie to resign right now. No idea why. He should have resigned ages ago. Anyway, sticky in there, being a team player, it's always nice. Still though, wait until look at all these guys just get killed off, we know. Now let's just speed it up. And Mangudai over here should be taken out. Bam bam, Siege Onager. And Eddie finally resigning out. So that was a good game, it was a really interesting play over on this side, which is what I liked about it. So that was always interesting. I love the way Okami kept Eddie so busy there. It was amazing to see Eddie actually try and do so much there. It was kind of an interesting thing from him. I don't know if he had a strategy for that or not. If he could have broken through, he could have gone in and done something, but he didn't. So, yeah, anyway, so that's probably it. I'll be casting a lot of the 2v2, hopefully. Got to work out with Zero which ones we're going to cast, so I'll have to get in contact with him about that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the game, and I'll see you in the